Well, hello, I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
Welcome to the King Aviation Mechanic Airframe DVD course. Now, this is a complete course that will prepare you for the Aviation Mechanic Airframe test using your TV right in the comfort of your own home.
Before you get started, we'd like to take a couple of moments to show you how to get the best from this course, so you'll be ready to ace your test. And that's important because the material covered by the knowledge test is so vital that the FAA specifies in the regulations that it be covered.
We'll make sure that you do well and you'll remember what you learned because we understand it's our job to clarify, simplify, and make it fun.
We'll help you see patterns and relationships and make associations. We'll give you vivid, evocative examples and memory aids that help you remember key points for a lifetime. And we'll be sure to make it all fun.
So let's join Martha as she takes you on a short tour of your King Aviation Mechanic Airframe DVD course.
You're going to find your King Mechanics Airframe course book a veritable encyclopedia of information, everything you want to know. Okay, maybe some things you don't really want to know, but you still need to know to pass the FAA's Aviation Mechanic Airframe written exam, or as they sometimes call it, knowledge exam. Now, you may be wondering, how fast am I going to have to take notes to stay up with this course? And the answer is not at all, because we've already taken complete detailed notes for you and put them right here in your King course book. But if you have thoughts come to mind as you go along through the course, notes you want to jot down, feel free to go ahead and write them down in your book as you go along. After all, it's your book. Open up your King course book now and let's take a look at the table of contents page. You'll see the first things, the course notes that we're going to be covering, and we've got them all divided by topic there. The course notes are all grouped together at the front of the book, and here's the pages for the course notes. Now, right after the course notes, but it's still grouped by topic, are the FAA questions and the King explanations, and here are the page numbers for those so you can easily find them. Take a look at the next page now, the first page of the course notes, and let's take a look at the kind of information you're going to have. This is the kind of detailed course notes you're going to have on every topic. If you notice at the end of the paragraphs there's a number in parentheses, and what that number is the actual FAA question number. So if you want to see exactly how the FAA words the question that particular note refers to, you can go to the middle of the course book and take a look at it. Now, on the outside corner of each page, in this case the lower right hand corner of this page, you'll find a note. In this case it says Regs Notes. It's telling you that what you're looking at is the course notes area of the book, and the topic is regulations. And what these notes on the bottom of the page do, these memos let you just kind of thumb through the book and know whether you're in the course notes section or the question and answer section and what topic you're looking at right there. Take a look now in the center of your course book on page 59. On page 59, we list all of the FAA questions divided by topic, just like the course notes are. The questions are on the left-hand side, and down the right-hand side are the King explanations, our detailed explanations for them. And again, if you take a look at the lower right-hand corner of that page, you'll find the note that says Regulations Q&E. This is the questions and explanations area, and the topic is regulations. So you can find it easy just by thumbing through the book. Now, behind the questions and explanations, you'll find appendix number 1. The first page, a couple pages of appendix number 1, are subject matter knowledge codes. And what they do is give you knowledge codes and tell you what the topic is for each one of those. And the knowledge codes will become important later, because when you get your test results back, they will not tell you what question you missed, they'll just tell you what knowledge code you missed. Now, if you look on page 3, the next page after that, what you'll see is references for those knowledge codes. For each one of the knowledge codes, they tell you what advisory circular or other book they're looking at to get that particular information out of. So you've got references there you can go and look information up in. Now, behind that is Appendix 2. In Appendix 2, to are the figures that the FAA will be referring you to in the various test questions. That's a reprint of the FAA's computerized testing supplement that you'll use for looking up the figures when you get to some of the questions. Now, in the back of the book, starting on page A1, you've got a quick reference of answers to the FAA questions. If all you want to do is look up a question number and have a quick answer to it and not worry about the explanation right now, page A1 is where you would come to get that quick information. Behind there's some perforated sheets. The first of those perforated sheets is review questions. The review questions are questions that you'll be taking at the end of each of the topics that we're covering. We'll remind you when to take them so you don't have to try and remember that. But what they do is make sure that you understand the information we've been talking about and that you can actually work with it. The most fun and effective way to take these questions is using the King Computerized Exam Review, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. Now, behind there you have 3 sample FAA exams. These are your graduation exams, if you will, and you'll take those at the end of the course. Now, currently there are 100 questions on the FAA Airframe Knowledge Exam, but the FAA has a habit of changing how many questions they put on the exam, even while they're using the same pool of questions, the same pool of questions that we're going to be talking about here. So don't worry if you have more or less than 100 questions on your test. We're still going to have covered all of the stuff that they could be asking you about. The best way to take the review questions and the sample exams is with the King Computerized Exam Review, because the Computerized Exam Review prepares you to take your exam on computer. If you do not use the Computerized Exam Review, when you're done with your practice exams and your review questions, to grade them, you can go to page A1. And again, that gives you the answers to all of the airframe questions. Now, the review questions and the sample tests do cover the FAA topics very well. But if you really want a good score, if you've got the time, you want to take all of the questions in the book, all of the FAA questions. And the reason for that is there is so much picky detail on the mechanics tests, and most of the questions are not repetitive. You're really going to do a lot better if you take all of the FAA questions. Now, you can use King's Computerized Exam Review to make it fun to ensure a Top Gun score. You can choose questions by subject or take them all. Then you receive on screen the correct answer with King's detailed explanation. Your computer will track your progress, allowing you to select unanswered or previously missed questions, and your report card will highlight the areas you need to concentrate on to improve your score. The practice exams let you display your test the same way you'll see it at an FAA computerized testing center. And because you'll already be familiar with the computerized testing format, you know you'll do your best. Now, in the back of your King course book, there's a very helpful page of test-taking hints for the Mechanic Airframe Knowledge Test. It used to be called the written exam, but it's on computer these days. The first thing on there is you need identification with your signature and photo. You need a photo ID, which means that one that has both your signature and your picture on it. In addition to that, to take the knowledge test, you need to have the FAA endorse your Form 8610-2. 8610-2 is that form for your Airman Certificate rating application, and the FAA will endorse that, saying that you're eligible to take the mechanics exam. Now, when you do get your test results back, we would very much appreciate it if you would send back that blue postcard in the back of your King course book. It's the only way we have of knowing how you did and how good a job we did for you. When you get your grade, give us our grade and tell us what we can do to improve this course to make it better for you. And as soon as we get your results postcard back, we're going to send you your own personalized graduation certificate. But enough of this. Let's get on to the first subject.